That's right. It's almost the end of the show. But first,
Yep.
I am going to turn off my camera and I'm going to share my screen. Oh, shit. All right. Yeah, I think that looks fine. All right. Share screen. And oh my God, what do you think of that, ATN?
Oh, that's pretty nice.
That is the cover of a comic book called Rub the Blood. If you can tell up in the smoke, you can see it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, this came out in 2011, funny enough, when we opened.
Uh-huh.
And this is a bunch of independent illustrators getting together to put together an homage to 90s comics. Most specifically to Rob Liefeld comics. even more specifically, Bloodstrike.
Okay.
Right. Bloodstrike was a second comic that came out after Youngblood as far as Extreme Studios. What's more extreme than what you're looking at right now?
It's pretty extreme.
God damn. Now that's
so
a
extreme.
gun I can be a handle,
I mean, it's a cell phone and a gun, and a lighter. I'm not sure. I think it's a lot of different. Yeah, it's definitely a lighter because the tip of the gun is flipped backwards, so he's lighting the fuse that's in his mouth. Like that's. And notice that the aiming device is like what you blow bubbles with.
Oh, I like that. That's right. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so and then he has that like crazy axe alien looking face.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So there's Bloodstrike #1.
I owned that.
You did.
Oh yeah.
So you will remember that up here in the left-hand corner it says "Rub the Blood."
I didn't, but okay.
Well, that's where this whole title comes from, and that's Dan Fraga and Rob Liefeld inking Dan Fraga.
Uh-huh.
And he does the artwork inside. Now, independent illustrators doing a Rob Liefeld based, or maybe even like having a career that's somewhat formulated, partially because of their love of Rob Liefeld. There's Michel Fiffe, who does Copra. He obviously likes Frank Miller too. He has an era that he's into, a sweet spot of comics, and he's kind of bringing it back. He did Bloodstrike, Brutalist, which was a 0 issue. So Michel Fiffe did a 3-part miniseries of Bloodstrike. And since Bloodstrike never had a 0 issue, he gave them a 0 issue.
Yeah, so Image. It's such an Image thing to have.
Exactly. Now, Image also had this gimmick where they had a 25th issue. Well, so instead of like issue 12, which was coming out at the time, they said, oh, well, this month we'll have the 25th issue. Uh-huh. And this is what Bloodstrike will be like in the future. Well, Bloodstrike eventually got all the way to issue 22, and they have had a 25th issue. But they never had a 23 and 24. So Michel Fiffe did 23 and 24 also. So that was his 3-issue miniseries. That was the conceit of him coming in and doing Bloodstrike.
Okay, I approve.
Yeah. There's also the introduction of the Pouch, a Rob Liefeld character. If you notice his gun, now this is a kind of gun I would be 100% okay with. It's made of pouches and it shoots pouches.
Of course it does.
Of course. This is like some of the most amazing illustrations you've ever seen.
That's just hilarious. In fact, yeah.
Okay, so there's issue 24. Once again, I got a pouch
cover.
Yeah. That's right. Now, if anybody is interested in winning a prize, all you have to do is after this show, go in the comments down below and let me know what cover this is based off of. And this is an in-store only prize, and I will show you what it's going to be. You know what? I'll mail also, but I got only mail in America unless you really want it back, and then you got to pay shipping. So think about that. That's what we'll do. Yeah, I'll ship in 48 America. and anybody else has to pay for shipping. But I'm going to give it away for free if you tell me in the comments after the show what cover this is.
Wait, you're giving away this issue?
No, I will show you what it is afterwards.
Then yeah, by all means,
That's a variant cover by FIFA. That's very 90s looking.
this is what you're giving away?
No, it's
Oh.
later.
Oh, okay.
Later. This is a tease.
Okay. I'm
All
just, curious about what you're actually giving away, so
I've
I know
got
how
an
much
art
effort to
I've
put
got
in.
an art book, and it's very good.
Okay.
But the cover
Probably
that
not
you
gonna
have
put
to
in the effort.
guess where this comes from is this one, Bloodstrike 24. Okay. And then there's the 25th issue. Okay. Obviously, we have Rob Liefeld's Youngblood is a major factor when considering anything extreme.
Oh yeah.
And this is obviously one of the most extreme. Look at how extreme it is. Shaft doesn't have any bow. No string, I mean. He doesn't have any string on his bow.
He doesn't need any.
He doesn't need any. How's he going to shoot those 2 arrows?
Magic, dude. Come on.
Dude, exactly.
You said
What
you
did
like
you-
fantasy.
You remember Dungeons and Dragons, the cartoon? The
Only
Ranger,
vaguely.
that Ranger had a bow and arrow
Yeah.
that was like light, it would produce like a light manifestation of an arrow.
Yeah.
There's just to let you know, this is a Youngblood 0 issue.
Of
So
course.
like I said, everybody had a 0 issue. So each page, or maybe for a couple of pages, this will be a different illustrator just doing something that's memorable and definitely very extreme. So here you have the very first page.
Yeah.
And that's Supreme. That's what Supreme used to look like.
Jeez, I had that
But
too.
yeah, you had Supreme. Look at
Yeah,
this.
I bought
This is
comics in
sweet.
a real bad time.
I would read Supreme looking like this 100% of the time. That's all I can say. You know what? This is pretty cool too.
It's okay.
In fact, when I wanted to break into comics, there was a storyline in Supreme where he fought Thor. This is not good Sean McManus artwork, but his good stuff is in Sandman, Game of You, or Omega Men. Anyway, he fights Thor and actually takes his freaking hammer and lays him out. So our story, this is me and my buddy Chris. We were going to do a story where we were going to incorporate Glory, Supreme, and Bloodwolf and Thor. So Thor was going to go to Bloodwolf, who was like this ripoff of Lobo.
Yeah.
And he was going to hire him to go steal his hammer back from Supreme so that Thor could have his Cab Mjolnir back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, we need some boobs and butt. And we're like, oh, well, let's add Glory. And then we had this big mecha robot and all sorts of stuff. And we pitched that with a little script. Anyway, it didn't go anywhere, obviously.
And so you left it at that.
And that's what happened.
Okay.
Again, this is all black and white. Look at that, though. That's crazy.
That's going to take a little while.
Yeah, that's it's just like something being eviscerated. Actually, if you oh damn, I didn't do it. Let me do a close up. It says right here, editor's note.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Self-inflicted. Oh God, I can't read it. Anyway,
Repeating something or other. I don't know.
Yeah, I had a better copy, but I didn't.
Do you see that revolver in that dude's hand?
Yeah.
Oh, that's obviously a penis that has been mostly severed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
This is so this is like a big old demon thing. It kind of reminds me of I don't know. This feels more like Faust.
Yes. Sure. Tim Vigil.
Yeah, definitely. There will be another thing I think that reminds me of it even more so. But I mean, it's extreme. It's definitely very 90s, but
it is. Yeah,
it's not. I don't know if it's extreme. Oh, I also kind of likened it to Bloodwolf because of this character here.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's a page of what Blood Wolf looks
Did
like.
Blood Wolf also get his yang knocked off?
It could have happened. I have no idea.
Jeez. I mean,
Yeah.
that was an image.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's a Prophet story. And this is definitely done by, well, I shouldn't say. They're really bad with their credits, but Ben Mara, he's done some a lot of like not run of the mill stuff for most comic stores. Let's just say that. You have to be in a big city for most of it, like New York and Chicago and LA and stuff like that. This is Prophet back in the day. And then here's a kind of like an amalgamation of different, or like a combination of Rob Liefeld characters. Like we have a Cable one.
Yeah.
And then all these other extreme characters. Here's your Blood Wolf right here.
So many guns.
I forget. Oh man, geez, it was Gun Central.
Yeah,
I still have it's when it's in this style, it's more nostalgia. It's so over the top, so unrealistic. Like nobody shoots guns like this Blood Wolf one. You know what I mean? Or Forearm.
Well,
and not really, not Cable here, but this is all just like ridiculous and like super testosterone and definitely of its time.
Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger carrying around a gun just like that in movies?
Sure thing.
I mean, it totally makes sense that this would happen in comic books.
The thing is like I'm totally willing to go and watch an old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie like this. Like I love Running Man. I love Predator.
Yeah.
And, there's a few others that I'm really a fan of. But, if it's like even Keanu Reeves now, I probably won't be watching Berserker when it happens. Right. I mean, I already read the comic, Sure. But who knows? Maybe I will. There are some pages where I think they just don't get it. This might be one of them. In some ways, they do. Like, as far as a representation of women in the 90s, it feels pretty on. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was super gratuitous. Everything was super gratuitous. Everything was, like, in your face and over the top and, like, superposed. And I don't know if this feels like an homage as much as a
reminder
or it's damnation is what this is. But we sell our souls for entertainment. All right, here we go. This one's really cool. This is by Ian Harker, William S. Burrow, whatever. So this character here in Youngblood #1. So Youngblood #1 was a flip book. There you go. And there's a story where this character here blows up the brain of a Saddam Hussein archetype.
Okay. Yeah.
I forget what his name was. Here, in fact, this is what it looks like.
It's printed on that page.
Wait, I don't think it was.
His name was Hassan Hussein.
Oh, where was that? It's up here. Jesus Christ. I can't read that.
It's in the rumpus room.
I see that. Yeah, very good. Hassan Hussein. So here he is, Rob Liefeld style, getting destroyed. This is pretty powerful, you got to admit. When I was trying to break in and my boss, Craig Storman, he was like, less words, dude. I want it to be like action-packed. I would always take I would look at a Rob Liefeld page all the time.
Yeah. And
I'm like, if I can't lay this out in 4 panels, that's bad. Because regardless if this is good, this is gripping and people remember it. And depending on what you're trying to do, this is like really good actually. And people are crazy. But this is how that was back then, man. Show, don't tell. It's extreme, yeah, exactly. We'll get to the the thing is like at the end, there's a really poignant 3-page story about what this all is and how it affects people in the industry. Anyway, so this is what happens at the end. But there's one more page to rub the bloods, and here he is being
Bring me son of George Bush. Balls of aborted fetuses, broken condoms, bloody Kotex, shit wrapped in bright colored comics.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Go and never darken my rumpus room again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. All right. So that's that. Then there's this really cool page, 2-pager. Very violent, obviously very cable. And in the bottom here, it's all the things that are in the pouches.
Oh, yeah.
Of these characters or
sure.
cable. Here's an ex-girlfriend's vibrator. A giant fucking oh my god, a gigapet.
Uh-huh.
A copy of Will Smith's Parents Just Don't Understand on cassette.
Wow.
Yeah, a 20-sided die. Wow, that was in 2011. That wasn't cool yet.
Yeah, sure it was.
An eighth of weed. A laser pen. Nobody does laser pens anymore. Remember laser pens?
Only vaguely, but yeah.
Only to fuck around with cats, right?
A harmonica? Get out of here.
Well, not all of it's great. All right, here's a Deadpool.
I do
chopping up fools.
Sure.
But again, it's Rob Liefeld based, but I don't know. It's just a silly picture.
Yeah.
Kind of so is this.
Kill Crew?
That's
Kill Crew. Okay.
Or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It's all right. Anyway, that's a lot of the comic is that. I didn't show every page, but again, this kind of feels like Faust over here and all the super uber violence.
That looks like Gru, actually.
It Gru chops the fools up like crazy, of course.
Doesn't that strike you as Gru-ish?
Sure it does. Yeah, so maybe a mixed match here. But I mean, maybe the heart's in the right place. This one, I don't know. I think this is just a friend filling in a page. It's cool art, but for the subject matter, I don't think I have anything I can compare this to.
Charles Burns-ish.
Yeah, kind of. But again, I would love to see what Charles Burns would do a riff on Liefeld, but it might be cool. Here's just a silly Cable and Strife and X-Force characters. All right, here we go. This is the big one. All right, so this is by Josh Baer. Josh Baer has done what he's done is like instead of Conan, he did like Conan, and he did a whole issue in his art style, which is very messy, like what we're looking at here, but a Conan comic book. And let me tell you, he rips the shit out of people. I mean, holy cow. And let me tell you, I've been reading Conan, comic book and novel or short stories or novellas.
Yeah.
And wow, there is some amazing scenes. And I just can't wait to really get into it with you about that. But this is about Herb Trimpe. And he is the artist of Hulk, or at least he was, and how he's kind of old, and there's young guys, and they don't know the real, way to draw, and he just totally is upset with them. He's like, I drew the Hulk. When you see that picture on that thing of the Hulk, that's me that did that. Today, right now. I did that then, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like, here's Herb Trimpe. And I got to admit, I'm not really the biggest fan of him, but he had some really fantastic covers. And he told a fairly okay Hulk story. And you know what? He created Wolverine. So that's the thing. And he had some really important issues of Hulk. And he did Transformers and all sorts of stuff that a lot of people through the years knew. But here he is in the 90s, and he's kind of losing his way. And he's kind of hulking out. But all these extreme characters are killing him and eating him and fighting him and destroying him. But what they don't know is that the real Herb Trimpe is hidden deep inside the body. And when they're done, he'll still be around.
Uh-huh.
And then at the end, he's like, I'm going to still stick around. I got kids and family, kids and wife, and I'm gonna stick it out and do it. And then you see this kid go into a store, and he's like, "Are you gonna buy that or what?" He's all, "None of them are worth buying." And he's all, "What's this one?" He's all, "It says here it's drawn by Herb Trimpe." And let me tell you, this Fantastic Four Unlimited that's being drawn right here. Let me get a close up. Okay. Like I was going to get you the normal cover, but you don't need to know the normal cover. But look at freaking Sue Storm with her legs spread like this. Yeah. Look at the torch, like he's just squeezing one out. And what you don't see is all the freaking lines in their faces, because Trimpe went to town like he was Rob's like buddy. I was going to say another word in front of buddy. This is the saddest comic ever made, and that is a true freaking statement. There's a lot of love in this comic book. There's a lot of love in this one story for a lot of different reasons and things, but this was the end result. And it kind of always is. We are going to see our the things we love pass.
Someone's going to poop on your childhood.
Yeah, someone's going to poop on it. It is going to recreate it in the image of the day, and you're going to be offended, and all you're going to have are back issues. And guess what I'm selling?
Oh, conveniently, they're on sale right now, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? Let me do this really quick. That is a great time for me to interest you, or to play this video for you. Hey everybody, this is Uel over at Fantastic Comics in Berkeley, California, coming at you to let you know that we have an online store, and if you type fantastic-comics.myshopify.com, you will be directed to our online store where you can see back issues galore. Right now we only have 3 pages up, but we're adding stuff all the time. You can see these Silver Age comics like Captain America, Strange Tales, Batman. There's gonna be a lot more. Let me tell you, there is gonna be a lot more. Way more than the 3 pages you're looking at right now, but gosh, these books are great. And if you didn't know, you can check out what they look like if you scroll over the book. You can search by title, you can search by price, you can search by age of the comic. So if you want to come on into our online store and support Fantastic Comics, maybe you haven't been here in a while, we've got all sorts of stuff you haven't seen. Come on in. Yeah, come on in.
That looks good. That looks real good.
Yeah, we're working on it. We got a lot of stuff going up.
Oh, I went back to this last page and I'm like, I don't get it.
I don't remember it. It's poor Herb Trimpe.
Poor Herb.
It was sad, you know. He was very, having to ape that style. Ugh. They even went and had a really cool letters page where they obviously, you can see the stains from Time newsprint.
Yep.
They even did like a countdown list.
I see weed.
He's the guy that's doing the letters page here, and this is really cool. Talking about the top 10 comics of the early '90s. This is funny. It's Jeff Matsuda's hot run on New Men, and he never liked Todd Knock. And Todd Knock like totally works in the industry. I think Jeff Matsuda, like so many other people, have gone on to do other things, like in movies and TV and stuff like that. If you can storyboard, you got a real career.
Yeah, for sure. In the film industry anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So all of Chappie Ape stuff. Chappie Ape, woof. He's definitely got a style. Merritt Michaels on Brigade Ike. Aaron Weisenfeld on Team 7. Okay, and I'm only going to say that in one other thing. Aaron Weisenfeld is a real fine artist now. But his Team 7 shit with Chuck Dixon was 2 of the best like miniseries I've read, and they are totally gun themed, and it's amazing. It's like a military team. And I'm not normally into that kind of stuff, but like, wow, it is so well drawn, and the story is really good too. And also down here, Tommy Lee Edwards on Gemini Blood. That was a Helix title. Helix was what Transmetropolitan started with. And here's from that Bloodstrike issue. You can see, like, always it was questions about what's going to happen in future issues. Is Die Hard an African American? Oh, damn, I don't have the answer. Shucks.
I see a 2 down there.
Yeah.
Says, yep.
We don't need to see that.
We could just plug that in and assume.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure thing.
So yeah, that's my review of.
Is this part done?
Yeah, this part's done.
This podcast. I love you. I love you.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, think about subscribing and maybe give us a thumbs up too.